Hello, I'm Brian Palmer. I'm a photographer and a journalist, and I'm also a member of the Friends of East End in Richmond, Virginia. East End Cemetery is a historic black burial ground, about 16 acres, founded in 1897. Our group started in the summer of 2013, and my wife and I joined at the end of 2014. Aaron and I have always seen our work as two-pronged. So there's the physical reclamation of the site, but there's also the historic reclamation of the site through photography and writing and our research. Black citizens in Richmond founded East End to bury members of the community when Jim Crow laws and their enforcers kept African Americans out of other cemeteries. Right next door is another African American burial ground, Evergreen Cemetery, which is more than 3 times as large. For decades, both were among the principal burying grounds for the black community. Tobacco and laundry workers, bankers and lawyers, laborers and homemakers, pastors, deacons, deaconesses, teachers, and children were all laid to rest here. People born into slavery were buried here, like Richard Tansel, who graduated from Howard University's medical school and became a physician and a banker. William I. Johnson was also born property. He freed himself to join the Army during the Civil War. The Federal Works Progress Administration interviewed him in 1937, a year before he passed away. Johnson told the interviewer that he was proud he'd been able to send his children, grandchildren, even great-grandchildren to school. There were also WPA interviews for a married couple, Roberta and Jacob Manson, who had been enslaved in North Carolina. They're buried at East End along with roughly 15,000 others. We say roughly because it's an estimate. There are few extant records for the cemetery. Over the years, the privations and injustices of Jim Crow made it harder for many families to tend to their loved ones' plots. Some moved out of the Richmond area to seek opportunity, or simply to survive. East End Cemetery became a forest. Families couldn't find their plots. The cleanup and reclamation effort led by the Friends of East End reclaimed most of the cemetery from nature neglect and vandalism during its 7-year run. In that time, we found over 3,000 markers and stones that had been swallowed by overgrowth and soil erosion. We rinsed them, photographed them, and then posted the pictures online so family and friends could visit virtually. We researched these people, did oral histories with their descendants, created websites devoted to their history, and we collaborated with local universities to spread the knowledge more widely. In 2020, a new owner, Parity LLC, and its nonprofit affiliate in Richmond, subsidized by the state of Virginia, forced the volunteers, us, out, along with the African American-led cleanup effort at Evergreen. For years, we've been pressing government officials for transparency, accountability, and genuine descendant engagement at East End, and we won't stop until we get it. As we do that, we're lending our hands to the volunteers at Woodland Cemetery, another historic black burial ground with roughly 30,000 interments. For well over a century, the state of Virginia funded Confederate cemeteries while giving historic black burial grounds nothing. Black cemeteries stand for the community's resilience, resistance, and achievement in the face of relentless opposition. In the past few years, some state money has been set aside for black cemeteries, but in a process that's top-down, and in which descendants have almost no role, no vote. More than 50 years after the legal end to Jim Crow, that must change.